I'm Stacy Pfluger. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs at Angelina College. Coming from that very rural background, I went to college in San Angelo at Angelo State. And San Angelo, by a lot of people's standards, is not a big city, but coming from very rural, small town, it is. And I had never lived any place where there were that many people together, so just living in the dorms was enough of a shift that periodically I just had to leave town and go home and get to wide open spaces. So I guess I've adapted fairly well over the years, but after I got my bachelor's there at Angelo State, I went to Notre Dame for my master's, which was a whole new world. And that took, we were up there for about 3 years, and I finished up my master's while back in Texas. I finished writing my thesis back home. And then I went from there, I spent some time as a lab technician at a company that makes cattle vaccines out in San Angelo. And that was a very much of a dead end kind of, this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life thing. And it wasn't something I can't do routine, same day thing every day. It just doesn't work for me. So from there I went into teaching. My mom was a teacher's aide all of my life. My sister teaches English and theater. More power to her. Can't do theater either. So I taught high school science for a year. And that was a bit overwhelming for a lot of reasons, partially because it was a small district and I had 6 different classes and it was a bit much. But I also at that point figured out that I would just rather go back to grad school and get a higher degree. So I went from there to Baylor and did a couple of years of graduate work and research. And things kind of went a little sideways, and I won't go into all of that. But from there, then I was just looking for opportunities to use a master's that I had. And I found Angelina College. They were looking for a biology instructor, and it seemed to fit. So I took kind of a roundabout way to get here, but it's been a really good place to be. And I tell people, I didn't ever think growing up that I would end up teaching or working at a community college, but once I got here it feels like home and it's the right fit for me. I had taken dual credit classes in high school at McLennan Community College and Hill College, but it's different when you're on the other end of things and you're the one actually interacting with the students and you get to know them on that level. And so it's been a really good place to be. Knowing that it makes a difference in people's lives. I'm further removed from the individual students than I was, but still everything we do ends up affecting real people who have real goals. And it's good to be a part of an institution that's helping people get where they need to be. I was at, we had a registration rally on campus last week, and so I was able to talk actually to a gentleman who came in to find out about the GED and what he needed to do for that. And so he found us. He wasn't quite where he needed to be, but he found us, and I was able to help him get where he needed to go. But that's the kind of interactions that really bring home to me. This is why we all do what we're doing, because we're helping people improve whatever it is, whatever aspect of their life they're trying to improve. My favorite thing about teaching was being able to see those light bulb moments that students really grasp things. And here at Angelina College, we've got a lot of people that are changing their lives. They're not necessarily very traditional for just out of high school students. They're people who are coming back and they're deciding on a different course in life for one reason or another, and seeing those people succeed means even more, because they've been out in the world, they've held a job, they know what that is, and they've decided to do something different, and their motivation is a bit different. And sometimes it's just trying to make a better life for themselves and for their family, and it's really good to see them excel at that.